Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to the LizyT Show right here on YouTube and also on our fan page. Happy Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, anyways. I am so happy to be able to be here broadcasting to you live and celebrating a weekend that is so special to us Canadian and for our friends in the States, which will be celebrating Thanksgiving actually soon in November. So, this is a time, everyone, that I'm hoping that you have. Just quality time. Let's not think about, the food, all the amount of food and all the amounts of things that you can get, but just the quality and even just to be thankful for little things. Little things like water, shelter, things that many places in the world don't have. And I bring that up because we're speaking to someone who is living the experience of many children, many people around this beautiful world that God has created that don't have that meal every day, that don't have that clean water. And so be thankful for things that you have here, especially in North America. It is so important that you realize that we are very, very privileged compared to many other people around this world. So let me give you a little bit of background. I had this lady on the LizyT Show radio show, but I think that for this time of year, we're getting close to Christmas. We're getting close to the celebration. I would like to offer and I would like to give you a little synopsis of what this lady has done, what the organization that she's part of has done, and also prepare your pocket for you to give gifts to other people that are in incredible need. So everyone, we're going to be speaking to Dawn, and Dawn, it is part of Desire to Inspire Foundation. The is dedicated to collaborating with partners globally in an effort to provide communities in need with basic necessities. We're talking basic, okay? We're not talking riches here. Vocational and educational opportunities and the action needed to uplift one significant life at a time. And we ask for all those who help to do the same for others. This is how we change the world, everyone. And extending the ripple of kindness beyond one's reach. We're talking they help with food, with water, shelter, medical care, mentoring, community centers, careers affair, and so much more. Children and family are suffering around the world, the lack of access to basic need that would otherwise offer them the chance to climb out of poverty and avoid the threat of disease and starvation. Wow. Children's to go into bed hungry and often not to have the school meal to look forward. It is the morning after because food is scarce everyone everywhere. We have the resource to help everyone. Together we can lift the world. So, without further ado, everyone, I would like to welcome to the show Dawn, which is part of the Desired to Inspired Foundation.
Hi, Lizzie. Thank you so much for having me.
Dawn, we've talked before. I follow you on social. I know so many things that you do, and my goodness, I am at awe with everything that you do, all your work, all uh, the extra that you put in to help others. And for people that don't know you, for people that they're just getting to know your cause, can you give us a little bit of background how this got started and how did you um, become involved with this organization? One second.
Oops. So sorry. Is can you hear me? I don't think so. What's happening? This is that day. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Oh, goodness. Technology problems this morning. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to hear what you asked.
So I would like for you to share your story, and it would be nice to know for people that don't know your cause or the organization. How did you got involved? What made you? What started your heart to start the Desire to Inspire Foundation?
Oh, well, again, thank you for having me on the show. I'm sorry about our technical glitches here, but we've got them all worked out. I started Desire to Inspire Foundation because initially it was because, we see so much negative things when we turn on the news or TV. And I know so many people doing amazing things, rescuing animals, helping unwed mothers, taking care of people in the hospital. And I just thought I would love to share those people with the world because we need to hear more of that because I think there are more people doing good than there are not. And shortly after I signed up all my paperwork and I, put in my 501c3 application, I went to Africa for the first time and I just fell in love with the children and the people there. And I realized that, it's not a resource problem. The resources exist. It is just a matter of getting the resources to the right people. And what I really want to do is help all of these children live into their highest and greatest potential. I want them to see what a gift they are to the world and that they're not just a victim of their circumstance. I want to help them live into their highest and greatest potential, just like a mother does for her children. So
Beautiful.
that's why I started, and that's what keeps me motivated every single day.
So Dawn, when your first experience to being in Africa, I can't imagine. It must have been overwhelming. It must have been, you must have felt so privileged coming from North America and coming from a country that we have here in Canada as well. We have everything. How did it feel? And I don't know which country. I think you mentioned it previously on the radio show. You went to a country in Africa. How did it feel? It must have felt overwhelming. I saw your pictures with the children. They're all over you. You probably wanted to keep every single one of them, bring them to the United States. But just share with us the feeling, the emotions, what you felt being there in Africa.
I think I've always intellectually known that there was poverty and, people struggling for basic necessities and things like that. But, even just being amongst it for a little bit, it really makes it so much more of a wow. This is the life they live every single day. This is such a hard way of existing, and it shouldn't be that way. And if there's something I can do to help it not be that way, then I'm going to. Um, but, aside from the struggles and the challenges they face, what I also found was that there's just this tremendous love and joy and happiness. And even though they have little, they're willing to give the little they have, share it with whomever. And I think that's such a beautiful way of being. So I want to share that beauty that they have from their soul with us here, and then help the flow of our resources get to the places they need to go so that everybody's life gets lifted in the process.
Mm. That is awesome, Dawn. That is awesome. So one of the things that I wanted to ask you, Dawn, because we're going through, I mean, I assume in the States where you are right now and here in Canada, it's getting a lot more difficult with COVID. I can't just imagine, how the Desire to Inspire Foundation has been affected right now. Can you share, with the audience how much has impacting right now COVID and how you dealing with the whole process to help people in Africa? Give me one more second here.
Um, I will say that, COVID definitely impacted the entire world. It made their difficult situation even more difficult. And I was hearing from people that were friends that, had never ever asked me for anything. And they were like, you know what, things are really bad. So I think they're starting to come through that, just like I think the whole world is starting to, get to a different place. But it definitely made the situation much worse. And then all the work we'd been planning for, the last year, completely, we had to stop all of those plans. And I didn't want to ask people for donations because, everybody's struggling everywhere. So I kind of had to take a couple steps back and say, okay, how do I move forward? We lost in February, before everything went, snowballed. We lost one of our instrumental people in Uganda. He passed away in an auto accident. Then we lost one of our girls in Sierra Leone, at literally a week later, and then 2 weeks later, COVID shuts down the world, and it's just been a crazy year. And we've been trying to just regroup, and I feel like we're on the other end of that, moving forward. But I was a little bit like, I just don't know what to do. But I think we all were kind of like that, right? What, I don't know what to do next, but it's so important. I can't just say, this is too hard and walk away. These are my kids. I love them very much. They're my family. So, no matter what, I'm going to always find a way.
I love how you say those are my kids and I love them very much. As you sound, you definitely show us that you have put in 100% of yourself to help those children. Sierra Leone is such a beautiful place. It's so rich. It makes me so sad and so sad to see that there are children out there not able to have regular meals, not able to have a place to sleep, education, the basic stuff. We're talking. This is not luxury, anyone. We're talking, basic needs. And so for me to hear that, kids are not able to get meals every day, that really hurts me. That's really what I'm, doing this interview right now, to be able to share with the world, the amount of help that you can do just by donating, or giving up that expensive coffee or things that we definitely use here, that we're so privileged. That's the word. Really, we're so privileged. If you look at those beautiful faces of those kids, you have to have a heart and really help out. So, John, I'd like for you to share with my audience, so where can people find you, and what is the website of the organization? I know you're on social media, you're always posting, but can you share with us?
Yes, our website is desirettoinspirefoundation.org. You can see pictures of our beautiful children. You can donate there. You can find out more about why we do what we do and some of the things we're doing. I wouldn't say that they're groundbreaking or anything, but essentially what we want to do is create as many jobs as we possibly can, but not just jobs. I want people to live into their vocari, their calling. So if a child has a talent that's art, or if it's football or soccer, or if it's dancing or engineering or whatever it is, I want to help them use those gifts, because I think the world needs more people putting their gifts and talents into the world, because then everybody's lifted through that. So you can find out about the things that we're doing, that the way we're going about helping these children. There is a free download of the Little Book of Be there, available to anybody. We've given out about 2,500 of these books to children all over Africa, just as a reminder to let them know that they're loved and their people care about them all over the world. And then we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn and Twitter.
Yeah, I see that you're pretty much everywhere, and I always follow, likes, and share some of your posts because they're incredible. By the way, everyone, the post and the link, you can see it here on the live stream, and it's desiredfoundation.org. It's right in here, so you can visit and see the pictures of those gorgeous kids, and you can definitely help. It is Christmas coming up soon. Only, believe it or not, it's only a couple of months away. And my goal is for you to be able, instead of getting that expensive gift for someone, how about you gift, this organization and help out a child of meal, education, clothing, all of those bare necessity. We're not asking for luxury here. We're asking for bare necessity. So take that to heart. Take that in consideration. If you'd like to comment, we are live right now on our YouTube channel, and we'd love to hear from you. Any comments or any suggestions, perhaps, or just to say hello. When was the last time, Don, that you were there? And I know that you like to go as often as you can. When was the last time? And what are the things that you were able to see, that all the donations, all everything that people that you collect, and things that are, that things that you are able to take there were put to use, and you said, wow, this is worth it. All the hard work, all the donations, that I can see here working, and it makes you feel that, all that hard work is finally paying off. When was the last time that you were there?
Of the pictures that I posted last year, and I'm missing them so much because I've seen them in the last 3.5 years. I visited them 4 times. And, I'm watching them grow up. Some of the little boys used to be, this tall, and now they're this tall. And, so that is such a treat for me to get to watch them grow up, and experience this with them. And, since we started, I where I want to be is over here. I want to all of these things to have succeeded, and all of these children happy and not struggling anymore. But when I realized where I started, just a crazy woman going to Africa, not knowing a soul, to today, 3.5 years later, we've drilled 2 boreholes. Another's being drilled before the end of this year. We've helped partner in a sick bay in a village in Ghana. We've moved our girls in Sierra Leone from a 1 bedroom place where they were all living. They slept on the floor, they ate on the floor, they danced, they did their homework. I slept on the floor with them, and that was very not comfortable. We were able to move them to a house, and where they all now have beds. So what we have been able to do has been really, marvelous. I didn't imagine that we would have done as much as we've done, to this point, but there's so much more I want to do.
That is incredible, Donna. I'm so happy that you were able to see all that hard work, all the coins being collected, and all the donations, to see finally that everything is paid off, and you were able to move those teens to their own place and not sleep on the floor anymore. And if you think about it, we can't even fathom in Canada or even the States. I mean, there are cases, obviously, poverty exists here in Canada as well. But to think that you're sleeping on the floor for a long period of time, that to us is just, that doesn't happen in none of a country like Canada. But that's norm for some of those kids in Africa. And for you to be able to see, wow, they have a bed to sleep, that must feel like $1 million. So, John, what would you say? I don't want to, make sure that we're talking about all gloom and sadness. I know that there is many happy stories, many things that you've experienced, many letters perhaps that you've received, photos that you have, that uplifts you and makes you feel that all that work is worth it. Do you have an experience? I know that you share a couple of them on a radio show where kids are able to also contribute back. Do you any other story that you can share with my audience, that people that are success, they were at the foundation and now they're able to do or be somebody, something else?
I have to tell you, I think almost everybody in Africa inspires me. I mean, when I look at Susan and Abdul, they are in Sierra Leone. Susan is 25 years old, and she takes care of 31 little girls that have been abandoned or orphaned. To step into that, she started doing it when she was very, even much younger, so in her early 20s. And it's a struggle every day for her to feed them, yet she does it. regardless. And Mama Josephine in Uganda, exactly the same thing. It's the struggle. She has 67 children. I had two. I'm just 67, and she doesn't know how she's going to do it, but she always finds a way. That inspires me when I think my life is hard, or my computer's not working right now. I was trying to log on, and I was like, you know what? Nothing phases me anymore, because it just has brought home how grateful I am for every little thing that I have. And I think that it's always, again, intellectually been there, but now that I've experienced it, even for a short time, it is so much on the forefront of my mind that, I'm always grateful for everything, every little thing, just because I know that there's so many people with so much less.
I'm so shocked how this young woman is able to take care of 60 some odd kids. Incredible. Again, I have two teenagers. Same thing. I'm not sure how she does it. It must have been really overwhelming. But she's up to a good challenge, and obviously she's doing really well at it. So for people that are watching us right now, will be watching us later on how can they contribute? I know that we have a website which is up there right now. If monthly or one-time gift, and that's question number one. Question number two: how do you see your foundation? I know you probably are dying to go back to Africa and continue to work in life. But obviously, we have to wait until this horrible quarantine and COVID is passed. But what are you looking forward? What are your plans for the future for your organization?
Well, we are currently doing a Path to Purpose brick fundraiser. So for $25, you can buy a brick and have your name or a special message. I've found that most people have been sending special messages like love, I love you, always be strong. It's just beautiful. And we're going to have like an actual path in the sustainability center that we're building for Mama Josephine. Our goal is to have it built by next October. And we're putting together a volunteer trip for next October. I didn't get to go this year, so I'm really missing my kids, but I'm going to go next year in October, and I want to bring people with me. And I have some friends that said, I want to go. I want to go meet these kids you keep talking about all the time. So we're organizing that right now. I'm hoping by next October things get to be in a little bit more of a normal place. And, and I said yesterday on a podcast, it's, what, $1, a whole bunch of dollars add up. So even the smallest bit is great. But even if there isn't a money exchange, say a prayer, send them your love. That helps. That helps as much as money does.
I love how you say a prayer. And it's interesting how, especially me as a believer, I find that, a prayer, especially knowing, the organization, when you done, every time I see something on TV or I see something on social, and it reminds me, your organization and many other organizations, to ask God to put his hand upon those children, to bring up resources. A just prayer from a just person makes a huge difference. I believe that 100%. So if you don't have the means to contribute $5 a month or a one-time gift, how about you ask the most powerful one to take care of those children, to look after the foundation, make sure that God enlightens this woman, because she has a lot on her plate, and a lot of times, especially nowadays, things seem very confusing. They seem overwhelming, and you think you don't know what's going to happen next. And it's because you want to be able to be a good vase. You want to be able to be used, but the world, the things that are happening makes you uncertain, and you wonder, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what I should be doing? And I believe that you are, John. I'm so sure that you are, and I pray for you every time I remember, and I pray for those children, and I ask God to bless you, and I ask for divine intercessions and divine appearance. Money sometimes come out of places that you don't even know, or somebody donate something that you really, really need. So that's my prayer, and I'm hoping that you could do that as well. You that are watching right now. So one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, you've had many experiences. Children are doing well, or and what would you say is one of the biggest challenges that we probably can, I guess, is COVID. But what are the biggest challenges to keep up this organization?
Oh gosh, there aren't enough hours in the day. And I think one of the things, I get people find me on social media from Gambia and, places that I haven't even ever been. And, they're asking for help and telling me that how hungry they are. And my heart breaks because I can't. I'm trying to do what I can for the children that I do know, and I would love to help everybody. Knowing that there's one soul that's suffering in this world, breaks my heart. But that's the biggest challenge that I have, and that's an emotional one that weighs heavily on my heart. But I have some friends that have said, what, do what you can with what you have from where you are. They remind me that I can only do so much, and to keep going. And hopefully it will grow and it'll grow and it'll grow. But just like I was saying, like, if you can't send the money, at least send your prayers, send your love. Prayers are energy, and energy, we are energy. The world is made up of energy and vibration and frequency. So every single good thought or kind thought or loving thought, it adds something to the whole world.
I so believe that, Dawn, and I follow that for sure, and I live this, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Dawn, one of the things that I find interesting, you this is not a full-time thing for you. I'm pretty sure you have a career, and you do this on your spare time. How do you manage?
Oh, this is my heart, my soul, my passion. So everything I do is figuring out a way to do that. So I write my books and I'm creating all the, other things so that I can do this work. So that is my why. That is my hugest driving force. And any other thing
So
I do
we
is in service to that.
Mhm. Incredible. My hat goes out to you, Don. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea how you do it, and I admire you, and I really honor you for taking the time and putting 100% into this organization and this foundation. I know that this means everything to you, and family members, your better half, your husband or your kids. What do they say about you being so committed to this? Do they ask why? Do they criticize you? Do they think you're it's becoming too much for you, or are they pretty much very supportive?
I think when I first went, everybody thought I was crazy. And I even knew I was a little crazy because there was no plan. It was kind of like, I've always felt called to go. I must do this, and my daughters are 30 and 29. They hate when I tell their age now, but, um, you know, they've watched, they've just watched what's happened over the last 3.5 years. So even though they thought I was crazy, and they still think I'm crazy, and I am, but the crazy ones are the ones that change the world. So I think they're starting to have faith in that because they're watching it happen.
I don't agree with your statement. I don't think you're crazy. I think you're very devoted, and you see a cause. And really, the world is driven by people that see causes, and they see that there's something wrong with that picture, and you wanted to fix it. And you think all of the people, even people that Gandhi and many others that wanted to change the world because they see that this is not the right picture, they do something about it. And I admire you for that. I wish I could have that courage that you have and the commitment. So I'm going to be behind the scene like many others, saying my prayers and contributing, with this podcast, contributing, sharing the word, and hopefully, again, Christmas is coming. You're able to donate whatever amount that you can. Maybe give out that present that you're thinking, buying expensive present for someone, how about you give it to this organization and feel that you are contributing in a small way. So when you were, one of the things that we always get from people that are watching, the organization takes a huge percentage to cover their costs, and only 10%, whatever percentage, goes back to the children. What would you say that if people are questioning the means of how much goes to the children, how can you
So when I started the foundation, and I've been a volunteer for so many years, and most of the time I get put into ways and means, fundraising. And so I have always personally had a very strong feeling, if I am asking you to donate $1, that dollar is going to who I'm asking you to donate it for. So I do not take a salary from my foundation because this is my this is my calling. That's why I'm trying to figure out other ways to bring the books and the other things, because these children, the first couple of years it was really just my money that was I was spending, because this is what a mom would do for her kids. And when I say they're my kids, I truly feel in my heart that I love them like a mother loves her children. So not providing for them, not helping them is not an option. So I work out of my house. Any expense I can, I keep the expenses down because I want the money flowing in the places that it needs to go. And so I'm very, very firm in that. And that's just for me personally, but that's how I feel comfortable and happy doing it.
Beautiful, beautiful. So there is no questions, everyone, no doubts that this organization is taking some money back, and everything is going in is going back to the children. And so you do not need to worry that this organization is taking a profit. She is working for free. My goodness. I mean, who can say that, that is extra hours? Probably she's up in the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure it out. How can she help another family, another child, send education? Now, one of the biggest thing for Africa, especially, is not only feeding and also providing for healthcare, but what about education? How are you able to help with education for those children?
Well, in Ghana, we were able to create some additional classes. We had done these classes for a couple of different years, and when the children are in secondary school, they have to take an exit exam, to graduate. And so all of the kids in our program, they all 100% graduated for the couple of years that we did that. We want to, provide art classes, and as many different enrichment type things, because again, I'm really all about helping them put their gifts and their skills into the world. I don't, we ask them to dream. I want them to follow their dreams. It's not just about what can I do to make money. It's like, what would you love to do to earn money? And I want to change that mindset shift with them so that they start thinking in terms of not what can I do, but what would I love to do. So that's a huge thing. And when I do not work for free. I get paid in love. And that is the highest currency. And I will tell you, there is nothing better than that.
I love it. I love it. She does not work for free. Her currency is love, and definitely pays off, because you keep going and you keep going. And a lot of people by now, because there are so many obstacles. Imagine what you go through, and you're able to keep going and keep going and keep going until I don't know. Is that your end when you're done? You're ready to retire? Is that going to be probably moving to Africa part time, or living there? Is that one of your goals, perhaps?
I don't know. I'll never say never. I don't know what the future holds. I mean, I could see myself, being there. I just the beauty of the people, the simplicity of the life. I mean, people really talk to one another. They really connect with one another. You'll see somebody sitting on the porch, and you're just walking and hi, and people call each other over. It's just a beautiful way of existing. So, maybe in my future that will definitely be something. We'll see.
I can see that happening. Perhaps just, half a year and, the colder months. I'm not sure where you are now. I think you were in Eastern time, so close to LA. It doesn't get as cold as it is in Canada. So perhaps half a year you could be in Africa, and other parts you could be in the States. I love your passion. I love your conviction, John. I love your dedication, and I admire. Again, I've said this many times, but I keep saying it because what drives you is not riches, is not fame. It's just like you said, love. You get paid in love, and you see the accomplishment when you go there, or when you get emails, when you get pictures, or things that are happening that are working out. That is your reward. That makes you continue this hard work because it's not easy. So I love all that what you do. I think that we should all believe what you're doing. I do. I believe what you're doing, and I think that many people are going to be reached right now from this video, and hopefully, they'll be able to contribute. Not again, we're not asking for major thing. We're not asking for a car or a house or luxury. We're asking for essential needs, and I'm so happy that I'm able to get you today. Although we're having technical difficulties, but I think it's a must. I think this video should be shared around, and like in your bio or even on your website. It's we can change. We can make changes just a little bit at a time. And it takes that desire, the wanting to help, and I think you're doing a great job. So to finalize, we've been here for about 40 minutes, and I think that you're doing an amazing job. What would you like to say to my viewers, the audience that are watching us or will be watching us later on? Any last word or inspiring word or something that you've learned through all your experience, or maybe perhaps that somebody would like to start like
I would like to say happy Thanksgiving. First of all, thank you so much for having me on your show today of all days. Like, what a great day for me to be on. The one thing I love to leave everybody with is everybody has their own unique calling. Mine happens to be this, but you don't have to go to Africa and feed children to step into yours. Walking past somebody on the street, smiling, saying hello, complimenting somebody's shoes, making somebody laugh, asking somebody how they are, any bit of good that you can put out into the world, do it. Because that is how we change the world. It doesn't have to be some grand effort. Just every interaction that we have a chance to make the world a better place.
Love it. Anything that you can do to make this world a better place. Love it. Love it. I want to thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here today, sharing again. You shared it before, but I felt it in my heart that you had to be here today on our Canadian Thanksgiving, sharing with the world what you do. Please, please, everyone, I beg you, support. Give up that expensive coffee, maybe just once a month. I'm not asking you to do it every day. Contribute to the foundation. The website is here, LizyTfoundation.org, and you will not regret it. It will make you feel like $1,000,000 that you know that you can help a child, somebody in the world that doesn't have the basic need. I want to thank you so much, Dawn. All the best. And, keep doing what you're doing. You are my inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was awesome. And I'm hoping that was able to inspire you again. And the website is here, LizyT Foundation. And if you would like to help out, just go to the website and you can help Dawn with her cause. As you can see here, it is definitely a must. And Christmas is coming, so how about that gift that you were going to give to somebody else? You could give it to Desire to Inspire Foundation. That's awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. It was an honor and privilege to have Dawn, and it was an honor and privilege to see you here today, sharing with this Sunday or your Thanksgiving with me, and I'm able to share it with you. God bless, and we will see you soon on another episode of the LizyT Show. Bye bye for now.